On this week's gaming news discussion, digital game sales are on the rise, woman beater Mrdeadmoth banned from Twitch again, Epic Game Store snatches Division 2 from Steam, and Bungie breaks up with Activision. Hello and welcome to Strange Play, I'm Rik.
I'm Simon.
And this is the news discussion for Sunday the 13th of January. So for those of you that are new here, what we do on this show is each and every week go over 3 or 4 of the biggest news stories of the past 7 days, give you the facts and then share our opinions. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. It's good to see you.
It sure is.
So we're watching you through your webcam. But that's enough being creepy. What have you got for us?
Okay, so we're going to kick off with digital game news. 80% of UK video game sales are now digital. New figures have revealed. The Entertainment Retailers Association said of the 3.86 billion generated by the video games market in the UK in 2018, 3.09 billion of it was from digital, and only 770 million was from physical sales. Digital revenue figures cover microtransactions, downloadable content, sub-services and individual game sales. Physical sales are down 2.8% despite game revenues being up 9.1%. For AAA games, physical still contributes to 3/4 of the sales, so it's not totally dwarfing it, but those numbers, they're fucking big, yeah?
Yeah, now, I was impressed at first, and then it just got into the whole, but digital also covers microtransactions, DLC, other services, and I was like, oh, so actual game sales themselves, very small percentage of that. I mean, it's up, sure, and the fact that it does count for 1/4 of total sales, but those numbers are significantly less impressive when you strip out microtransactions, which we know is a multi-billion-dollar service, DLC and other things.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they just said, look, these are how many games are sold, and this is what it cost, instead of lumping everything in, because that's like saying, oh, well, we sold so many pizzas, and then fucking counting the fries and the drinks and all the other shite that you buy with them. It skews the numbers, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not perfectly correct.
Yeah.
But it's still fucking impressive. I mean, it's worth more than music and film combined now, gaming, which just, that fucking blows my mind. That it's over 50% of what them two are earning. It's huge. And it's basically down to microtransactions.
Yeah.
A lot of it is microtransactions.
It is.
And I'm not particularly proud of that myself.
No.
I feel kind of dirty that that's how it's taken the lead. I think it could have taken the lead legitimately just by being a great fucking entertainment platform. But yeah, it makes me itch a little bit. Now you've put that perspective on it, it's like, yeah, this is a really big thing, but it's done it through shady means in one way or another. But I think the thing is, like, you look back to 2013 when Xbox One were announced, and people went, ha, I'm not buying my games digital, I want all my games physical. And it's like, well, 25% of all the games that you buy, by statistics, digital. There's no way around it. I mean, I look at my own practices with buying games, and yours as well. And it's like, oh yeah, I've bought this. Oh, where did you get it from? Oh, we're on the PSN sale or whatever.
I've been suckered into it, I was going to say. Like, I've got well over 100 games on the PS4. 80% of them are digital.
Yeah, I don't think it's a case of being suckered into it. I think it's a case of it being convenient. Yeah, in some instances, they've got to a point now where it's like, you know what, this is perfect. I don't mind paying £5 or £10 for that. That's great. I don't know whether I'd want to pay 60 quid for something off the shelf when I could get it from Amazon for 15 quid cheaper or 10 quid cheaper.
I mean, the price of the brand new games on the PlayStation Store is fucking disgusting compared to retail. But then it makes up for it, in my opinion, with the sales that it has on.
I was going to say, you don't buy stuff on release. I think you'd have to be a fool to buy stuff on release from the PSN store. Well, just any store in general, even the PC clients or Xbox or even eShop. You look at some eShop games, they're fucking well expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's digital games for you. What's next?
Twitch has rebanned Luke Mrdeadmoth Monday after his initial ban was lifted. So do you remember back in December, there was that video that went viral of that guy slapping his missus around on stream?
I do. I'm one of these people that I can watch quite a lot of stuff and it don't really bother me, but that really fucking pissed me off.
Yeah, that sent chills down my spine. It was just horrific to listen to. Like, you didn't see anything but the noises. It was awful. It was banned from Twitch, and rightly so. But it turns out that he was playing Fortnite again on December the 30th. So the Twitch ban had been lifted just days, really, after the ban hammer was dropped on him. And you can imagine a lot of Twitch viewers were angry and slightly bewildered by it. Social media lit up with people going absolutely mental about why the ban was actually lifted. And for good reason. Even one of Twitch's own employees was tweeting about it, saying, I don't understand why he's here. I'm going to look into it. But then on the 4th of January, Mr. Monday's Twitch account was banned again. And as a result, his Twitch was brought completely offline, including his videos on demand being removed from the platform as well. Twitch's community guidelines quite clearly state that under the violence and threats category, that there is zero tolerance and all accounts associated with such activity will indefinitely be suspended. And this is all on top of the fact that Monday will be in Australian court later on in the month facing charges from the assault that was caught on Twitch.
Yeah, I don't think there's any point in putting alleged in front of that shit because he's banged to rights, isn't he? He fucking filmed himself hitting someone. How dumb can you get? Like, I mean, just hitting someone in general, like, just don't fucking do it. It's stupid. Don't.
Did I say alleged?
No. But they said alleged, and it's like, no, that's not alleged. That's no way alleged. You fucking heard him doing it. It's not like he's hitting he's slamming a fridge door or fucking slapping a cabbage. You can hear him fucking hitting her. Like, they've caught him bang to rights. He's incriminated himself by doing this. Like, I think both you and me watch a lot of Twitch and also broadcast ourselves, and you see some fucking dubious stuff, but this is, without a doubt, the worst thing I've seen. And to let him come back, it's like, what the fuck?
I don't think there's anything else to say on this story at all. He shouldn't have been allowed back on. I hope that it was a hiccup on Twitch's part, that it just sort of fell through the cracks and it was an admin error that allowed him to come back on. He shouldn't have been allowed back on because he's awaiting a court date for assault that was caught on Twitch. That should have had him permabanned. And honestly, fuck him. I don't want to give him any more exposure. I don't want to talk about him anymore. He's a fuckhead, and I hope when he's in court, they throw the fucking bucket at him.
Yeah, I'll double down on that.
Anyway, what's next?
Epic's dealt another blow to Steam by cutting a deal that will see The Division 2 on PC abandon Steam and be sold on the Epic Game Store. So this is the first high-profile game to be snatched from Steam. The Division 2 will also be available on Ubisoft's own PC client Uplay. Epic's PC Game Store offers a bigger cut to developers selling on the storefront, only taking 12% instead of Valve's 30%. It also waivers the 5% cut on any games developed with Unreal Engine. Since the inception of Epic's Game Store, they've been giving away a free game every fortnight to entice people into installing the client and thus stimulating game sales. Skybound's Telltale's The Walking Dead final season is also exclusive to Epic Games Store 2, which is a smaller coup, but a coup nonetheless. The deal with Ubisoft is significantly larger as Ubisoft's games tend to sell in the millions. Ubisoft's Chris Early said, Epic continues to disrupt the video game industry and their third-party digital distribution model is the latest example and something Ubisoft wants to support. So, we're starting to see a little bit of competition in the PC client as far as games are going.
We do.
Well, game selling is going.
But I have a question.
Go on.
If you download The Walking Dead from the Epic Game Store, can you still run it on Steam? Because if not, this is potentially fucking over an installed user base who have a season's worth of decisions saved to their save game that's not going to carry over.
This isn't the only time that this has happened. I think it was Mass Effect that also went across to Origin that did the all, splitting your decisions across clients. So, I don't know the details of that.
Yeah, it's very good for Epic 'cause it's going to bring people over to their store. Division 2, that is big news for Epic.
It is big. It's going to sell millions. I think as well, I've heard a lot of people go, well, if it's not on Steam, I'm not going to buy it. It's like,
yeah, you are.
Yeah, but you're still going to have to run Uplay to play it. It's an online game. If you boot a game on Steam that belongs to Ubisoft or developed by Ubisoft or published by Ubisoft, what it does is it basically just boots Uplay, and you play it through Uplay. It patches through Uplay. It does everything through Uplay. If you play Rainbow Six, it always defaults to Uplay. You can't just play it on Steam, it always goes through Uplay's servers and stuff. So the only winners here are Ubisoft. Because they're getting more money, they're always going to force people to go through their own shitty fucking client. It is terrible, by the way. Nothing can be worse than fucking Uplay. It's god-awful. But that's besides the point. They're making more money here, and Epic are also upset in the landscape of PC clients, and hopefully Valve look at this and go, you know what, we can do things better, and it spurns a bit of competition going on because they've got a monopoly on it as it is now. And for Epic to come in and rock the boat, it's gonna benefit us in the long run, I think.
Oh, big time.
I hope so, anyway. I can't see it causing any problems with stuff like The Walking Dead, with your decisions and stuff like that. It's good news. I hope that this works out for the consumer in the end, because having a monopoly or controlling something like Valve does is bad for the end user.
Yeah, this is nothing but good news, to be honest, because Valve need a kick in. They need to sort their shit out because Steam is an absolute mess and it just seems to be getting worse. So healthy competition for them is good. If they don't make changes, more people are going to jump over to Epic Games Store, and then Valve are going to have no choice but to either stay a cesspool and ultimately burn out, or make changes to remain competitive.
I think for me personally, I have something like fucking 200 or 300 games on Steam. I'm well entrenched in their ecosystem, and much like those people that sort of go, oh, I use iPhones because I'm deeply invested in iTunes. That's pretty much encompasses me, but with Steam. But talking about breakups, what we got next?
After 8 years, 2 games and a mountain of DLC, Bungie and Activision are ending their partnership. Bungie and Activision originally teamed up in April 2010, where they announced a 10-year publishing deal. The terms of this deal with Activision saw Bungie keeping ownership of the Destiny IP, while Activision owned full publishing rights. This move will see Bungie assuming full publishing rights and responsibilities for the Destiny franchise. Activision confirmed this in a statement on Twitter, which reads, "Today, we're announcing plans for Bungie to assume full publishing rights and responsibilities for the Destiny franchise. Going forward, Bungie will own and develop the franchise, and Activision will increase its focus on owned IP and other projects. Activision and Bungie are committed to a seamless transition for the Destiny franchise and will continue to work closely together during the transition on behalf of the community of Destiny players around the world." Blizzard have announced that the PC version of Destiny 2 will continue to be fully supported on Battle.net. The split comes off the back of hints of tension, with Activision criticising Destiny 2 for not performing as well as we'd like. Bungie told fans that with Forsaken, we've learned and listened and leaned into what we believe our players want from a great Destiny experience. Rest assured, there is more of that on the way. We know self-publishing won't be easy. There's still much for us to learn as we grow as an independent global studio, but we see unbounded opportunities and potential in Destiny. We know that new adventures await us all on new worlds filled with mystery, adventure and hope. We hope you'll join us there.
I've had a long, hard think about this, and they've done 2 games over how many years?
The first one came out in 2014.
So yeah, they contracted until 2020. I think originally Activision wanted an extra game out of them. They wanted a trilogy and DLC, and that's why they're basically washing their hands now. They're like, okay, well, we're not making enough money out of this, so we're just going to relinquish the rights and you can have it. We're done with it. That's what I think's going on.
Yeah, I was thinking something similar, because the deal was signed in 2010 and Destiny came out in 2014. 3 years later, 2017, Destiny 2 comes out. Keeping that time frame, 3 years later, Destiny 3 would have come out in 2020, but that's when the deal ends.
So there won't be a cash in on it.
But also, if Bungie decided to go independent again, they wouldn't be there to support the game with DLC. So I think Activision, looking at the reception that Destiny 2's got from launch, and then looking at the time frame, to back up your point, went, screw it.
I think that it's going to be interesting watching this go forward, because all of the business decisions that came from Activision that was screwed into, that were hard-boiled into Destiny 2, that a lot of people hated. It's going to be interesting to see how Bungie reverse that, if they reverse it.
If they reverse it, yeah.
Yeah, if they decide to come out the good guy and go, okay, yeah, we're fucking getting rid of all this shit, Tess Everest and this, Eververse and stuff, yeah, that's basically going to have bits and bobs in it, but it's not going to be as stacked as it was previously. Everything else is basically going to go into the base game and we're going to take our time, and with the DLCs we're going to work on Bungie time. You know that fucking when Bungie were working before, they took fucking forever to do shit.
Yeah.
I think they learned the lesson from Halo 2, trying to rush it out and it being a bit pap, apart from the multiplayer. But yeah, it should be interesting to see how Bungie evolves from this, and whether they get greedy or whether they actually do right by the customers and go, you know what, we're going to just stay with Destiny 2 and we're going to support it like the Elder Scrolls Online, where they basically have a base game and the base game is dead cheap, and as time passes they just keep adding to it and adding to it and adding to it and remodeling and just generally polishing the game. Because you look at the jumps between Destiny 1, where there were fuck all to do at the start, and eventually they polished it and polished it and polished it until it got into a position where it were a really good game. And everyone expected that game to transfer across to Destiny 2, and of course it didn't. Destiny 2 came out and it was brilliant from a story perspective, but once you got into the end game, it were like, there were fuck all to do, there were just nothing there. And instead of building Destiny 2 on the shoulders of Destiny 1 and keeping everything and having all those raids and them patrols and all the bounties and stuff, they just fucking threw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't do that. You should always build on what you have. Throwing shit away should be the final option. Like, it should be, the nuclear option, as it were. You don't fucking throw content away. Especially content that's as good as the fucking Destiny 1 stuff as well. I know you never played it, but it's genuinely fucking great stuff. And for it to be binned so they could basically ask for another fucking 40 or 50 quid and then have season passes and DLC on top of that, or microtransactions, were just... It were a fucking folly, and they must know that on some level. I think this split comes at an interesting time too, because we mentioned in the last episode when we were talking about games that we were looking forward to, with Division 2 and Anthem.
Yeah.
They are going to face some serious competition this year, and having Activision breathing down the neck saying, oh, you need to do this. Oh, you need to do this, we need to get more money in, we need to do this. And it's like, that's not good for the game itself. It's not conducive to making an interesting game, Joe, where people want to come back to it. And if it's not fucking right, people are just going to abandon it like they did before.
Yeah.
With the end of vanilla Destiny 2.
Do you know what would be really nice?
Go on.
If as soon as all the paperwork's been signed and control's been relinquished, if Bungie went, right, let's copy the Warframe model for the rest of Destiny 2's life.
Oh god, that'd be fucking amazing.
And just went, sorry guys, we've fixed everything, and because there's only another year or two left in this game, free to play. That'd be marvellous.
It won't surprise me if there's some free to play model somewhere that they've looked at, because I know that Warframe makes quite a bit of moolah.
Oh yeah.
And not only that, it populates the servers as well. You look at how few people are playing Destiny 2 comparatively to what were when Destiny 1 were at its peak. It's not a lot. And to bolster them with free players would be beneficial, on top of the people that got it free on the PSN PlayStation Plus subscription.
Like me.
Yeah, and you've never played it, have you?
Nope. But only time will tell on this one, but I'm going to be looking forward to any news that comes out with it about any improvements that are going to be made by Bungie to Destiny 2 as soon as they're independent again.
Now Activision have got the grubby mix out of it.
But that is it for this week's news recap. If you'd like to talk to us about any of the stories we mentioned, then please feel free to leave a comment below or talk to us over at Twitter at StrangePlayUK or follow us on Instagram at StrangePlay. You can also watch me stream daily over at twitch.tv/StrangePlayUK.
You can also watch me stream occasionally at twitch.tv/Sly_Reflex.
We also have a Discord you can join, invite link in the description. And finally, if you like this video or like what we do on this channel, feel free to like this video, subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. It helps us grow as a channel and we really do appreciate it. But until next week, thank you very much for watching.
Frodo, please, no!